Hi everyone, we're going to get started. My name is Matt Owen. I'm the controls manager here at TEC. Just as a couple things to point out, in the bottom right, there should be a little question box. If you have any questions while we're going, please feel free to type a question in there. I'll try and pay attention and see what kind of questions we have. Also, my email address will be listed on one of the later slides. Feel free to email me or contact me by phone if you have any further questions from today's webinar. Today we're going to be going over the Carrier iView Open web solution box. In today's building and facilities, much of the equipment has digital controls built in. The trouble has always been how to get the information out and assist with things such as maintenance and troubleshooting. The old solution was to provide a computer with proprietary software and place it somewhere in the facility. Some of the problems associated with this is access to just a single machine and connectivity limited to just one manufacturer. With today's advances in technology, along with internet access, the owners now have multiple computer stations on a network, and it lets us achieve a much better solution. A web appliance and a server offers this advanced access by connecting the digital controls to the computer network or web and providing information in a more user-friendly method by a standard web browser such as Internet Explorer. Carrier's new iView product offers us an extensive set of features in a product line that is tiered to meet our customer needs. Using web technology, accessing, monitoring, and controlling your Carrier controls and equipment has never been easier. You can perform daily operations with just a simple click of a mouse. iView's extensive feature set makes it one of the more feature-rich offerings in our market. You can meet your customers' needs on a whole new level with their iView Open. Web access will give you real-time graphics, dynamic floor plans, trending, and etc. can all easily be implemented and utilized by the customers to gain access to their heavy investment in their DDC system. Also, your customer's investment is kept secure with iView's advanced password policy and SSL communications. With the iView Open product, there's two tiers. There's a standard and a plus. We'll be going into great detail in a little bit on the differences, but select standard when installation of the controllers is less than 750 open controllers, and upgrade to a plus if you have advanced features like tenant billing, advanced reporting capabilities, and additional trending along with protocol integration. So some of the standard and plus features, we give you built-in automatic support, which would be client access supports web browsers on a variety of devices, including PCs, cell phones, PDAs, and BlackBerries. It gives you full graphical access where appropriate, meaning text-based when portable devices are used. It also gives you the ability to email of alarms to mail servers and cell phones, and allows you to efficiently access your data based on where you are and what your function directly is. There's a live demo that I strongly encourage you to go to if you haven't seen the iView product. The website is www.open.iviewdemo.com. Once you get to the web page, the username is just demo user, one word, and there is no password. You can also do it on your mobile device if you wonder how exactly that would look. Same website, same login. The main difference is that, as you'll see on the bottom here, is there's no graphics. It still gives you the data, but isn't as pretty per se. The system navigation tree in the iView allows you to access the extensive set of built-in features. You can browse your building by controller or area and have access to graphics, trends, reports, alarms, and even full configuration information, all from one easy-to-utilize navigation tree. On the left here, it does show you a navigation tree. The two tabs at the top, the person logged in is a installer. Normally the user would only have the one tab, and these are created and they can be modified for easy user access. Upon installation of the carrier equipment and the iView, the equipment controllers are learned and customized graphics are presented. These graphics represent equipment operation and display appropriate equipment options graphically. All carrier equipment creates these graphics automatically. So there doesn't need to be a need for customized graphics for just standard controllers. We'll get into it a little bit later, but you can use custom graphics, but just the general graphics are included in the base package with the controller and the iView. Here's an example of a custom equipment graphic. There's a carrier software called View Builder that can be utilized to edit factory supplied equipment graphics in the event of custom customer requirements. Custom graphics can be created when dealing with carrier's programmable controllers, or assembling an area graphic, or if you just have a certain need to help the customer. You also have complete graphics library inside View Builder, where you can base package graphics such as chillers or air handlers to achieve their need. You can also assemble your own custom symbols to make even the most complex systems look professional, just by simply drag and drop to assemble a graphic itself. As you can see, two examples of a system to create a nice professional looking graphic. As far as the floor plan graphics, these should definitely be something that you need to add. Obviously, there's no way to include in the base package, but iView's dynamic color indicators allow for easy to utilize area graphics and floor plans to be created. The color indicators can indicate temp versus set point, if appropriate, or occupied, unoccupied, or alarm condition, depending on how they are applied. Also, the indicators can provide hyperlinks to the actually controlling equipment to make sure the monitoring and troubleshooting is easy. For instance, on the left there, if you clicked on the roof, it could take you directly to the roof level, or the ABC Corporation would take you to a graphic similar to the right side. On the right side, you can actually click on one of those, and it will take you to that level of graphic or that area. For instance, the training center would take you to the training center zone on there. Automatic trending. The iView installation will automatically set up trending on an extensive list of information. Viewing system operation and troubleshooting is enhanced since these trends are automatically configured and always available without any special setup. Trends are automatically retained for 7 days on a standard or 62 days on a plus. As you can see on this graphic, they're showing you the zone temp in yellow, and the lighter turquoise line is a supplier temp, so you can actually compare data. The trends allow panning, zooming, and specific details when zoomed in, allowing when viewing trends as possible to customize your window into the data. Now, panning, zooming, and viewing sample details are all available with a simple right click. Also, trend data can be exported to create any required document in the event that occur during operation. So if you're a mechanical contractor and you want to specifically show when exactly something went down. Based off the trending, you can directly copy and paste these into a Word document and add in your own notes, or something similar to that nature. You have the capability to display trends in a manner that allow you to compare data. As I mentioned earlier, you can graph multiple like points on one graph, and you can display 1 to 4 separate graphs on one display. Correlating events, viewing control actions, and their associated reactions is simple and easy evaluated. So on the top here, we're showing 2 binary points, along with just if they're on, off, or yes, being fan status, and if it's occupied. Along the bottom, we have the effective cooling set point, the effective heating set point, and zone temps, which are all analog points. So you can put them all on the same graph, but it would be 2 separate graphs based off binary and analog points. iView gives you flexible scheduling. Scheduling Carrier's equipment has never been easier. Graphical scheduling tools are available that allow hierarchical scheduling groups and group scheduling. Multiple types of schedules are also available to match customer needs in scheduling their facility. We'll actually, on the next slide, I'll show you specifically hierarchical scheduling. But this is just showing you that on this date, the begin date of 7/3/2007, here's our effective schedule. So the white line would be, or the white box would be the occupied times, and the grayed out box would be the unoccupied. Hierarchical scheduling allows for flexible scheduling options while providing intuitive interface. Schedules can be added at the building level, the area level, or the controller levels, and applied to the equipment as grouped in the navigation tree. You can also do scheduling groups, which provide an additional level of flexibility. Scheduled groups can contain equipment from any area in the building and allow the customers to create these groups that would allow it to have the same schedule. What that's showing you is that if you put something at the Acme Corporation, a schedule in there, it would be applied all the way down to every device on there. If you put it at the first floor level, it would only be applied to the sales, the conference room, the human resource, and the mechanical room on there. And the roof would not be included in that. Or if you put it in the scheduling group, you'd actually select what room you would like. So if you wanted one from, let's say, the roof level, which I would assume would be like a rooftop, and then one would be maybe one of these zones if the first floor was like a zoning system. You could select that so it has the same scheduling group. Or you could specifically go into each controller and put its own schedule in there. Schedules are viewed by clicking on the appropriate building, the area, or the controller in the navigation tree. The schedule priorities are color-coded, and resulted schedules can be easily identified. Interface also allows the user to rewind or fast-forward to view schedules from different weeks throughout the year. So if you do have schedules that are based on a date, range, or you can simply go to that and see what the occupied and unoccupied times would be. Multiple schedule priorities and schedule types make setting up schedules very flexible. Some of the types are normal, holiday, and override. Schedules can be entered with varying types and applied weekly, daily, or for a date range. So off the right, it's showing you exactly how a normal weekly schedule would be. The source would be that hierarchical section, so this isn't at the controller level. This is actually at the Acme level, corporation type. So that would be on an area. And then the member of groups would be the zone equipment. You'd just be going along selecting. On this one, they have just Saturday selected from the times of 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. would be occupied. Everything else would be unoccupied. A comprehensive alarm interface is also provided. Allowing this would be viewing, sorting, printing, etc. can all be easily accomplished. Alarms can be viewed at the building level, the area level, or the equipment level. Similar to the back to the hierarchical scheduling. Same function here, where you could either view all the alarms on, the zone level, specifically just that controller, or further up the group level on there. Many additional capabilities are also available. Alarm actions can be enhanced with playing audio files. You can also do alarm pop-ups or emailing of alarms if a specific event or critical event occurs. Email of alarming can be routed to traditional just PC email or mobile PDAs and cell phones. In most cases now, most emails are on cell phones anyway, but you can actually send it as like a text message based short message service on there. To go along with that, you can actually select what specific alarms you want. So if it's only a critical alarm, you can have that be the only thing that's emailed out, so you're not getting simple alarms emailed out. Or you can obviously send out every alarm that you get. Reporting. You can generate reports, and inside the reporting you can do reports on schedules, such as just the instances and the effective schedules. Commissioning would be another report, so you can see test and balance, or there's a section there for equipment checkout, so if there's any notes that's left. You can also do reports on alarms, along with the points list, the lock values, trend usage, and the network I/O. It's kind of nice to do sometimes to go in there and just see the locked values points. So if the system's been in use for a while, sometimes we tend to go in there and lock points to test things, to verify operation, and sometimes we accidentally leave them locked. So it's always nice to go in there and just kind of check out the locked values report and verify that nothing's locked and all operations doing well. There's also a system location audit log. Along with having a user name and password, obviously it's creating an audit log, so you can actually go back and see who modified something at a specific time and date, or even who is logging in at a given time. We're going to now go through some of the features of the Plus. The Plus has obviously every feature we listed, along with some additional features. The Plus gives you the advanced reporting option. The advanced reporting option is built into the Plus and allows for equipment summary, equipment value reports, and trend sample reports. Equipment summary report allows you to view colors, values, alarms, and effective schedules for a single piece of equipment or multiple pieces of equipment from one report. Equipment values takes a real-time snapshot of controller values, and you can compare controller points from various controllers and build them in the same report. So you can compare equipment values. You select controllers at which these points of the controllers should be added to the report. Additionally, a trend sample report can be configured to get trended data into a report. The report interface allows you to select controllers, trends, and specify what interval of data you would like to view. It's also nice to save these, so if you are consistently looking at the same report, each time you can actually save that report, and then instead of going in and selecting the controllers, the report will be saved for future reporting needs. With the IV Plus, you can it also gives you tenant billing. Tenant billing is a web-based interface to configure tenant billing reports, assign areas to them, and generate reports. Once the reports are generated, they can be emailed or saved to your hard drive. You can actually, print invoices direct if you go ahead and enter in what the KW current dollar amount is. but you can do simple things such as after-hours energy consumption, assuming you have the proper devices on the network. So if they hit the push-button override, maybe included in their lease is normal business hours, Monday through Friday. If they hit the push-button override after normal business hours, or on a Saturday, the tenant can bill them depending on their lease. Probably one of the biggest things with the Plus also allows you to do third-party controls integration. Some possible examples of this would be something like a computer room AC unit, maybe a lighting system, some boilers, VFDs, securities, something that's been done, or fire on there. With the third party, you can do BACnet, MSTP, BACnet IP, do LANWorks, and you can do Modbus with the appropriate controllers on the iView network. Give an example of this a little bit later when we see a network tree. Kind of as a review, in iView Open both versions, being the standard and the Plus, list the features here with the web browser and WAP-enabled device support, auto-discovery and auto-generated graphics, dynamic comfort indicators on floor plans. We'll also give you real-time interactive graphics, custom equipment graphics, graphical set point adjustment, graphical scheduling, automatic alarming, automatic historical trending, advanced password policy and SSL for added security, also allowing you to do audit log, schedule, and equipment checkout reports. They're all scalable, meaning that you don't need to start with a certain amount of controllers. You can start with a small system, and you're not going to be upgrading based off of needing a bigger iView or an example of that. Also allow you to do hierarchical scheduling and advanced password policy. Comparison between the standard and the Plus. Try to highlight in red what some of the main differences are, but the carrier connection type, on the iView standard you have a USB and a router. On the iView Plus you can also do a link, and the link would be what you'd need for the third-party integration on there. Web server type's the same, the amount of controllers supported is the same, which again leads to the whole scalable thing. The operating system supported. When we get down to the trend storage capability, on the standard it's 7 days, and on the Plus it's 2 months. So the actual trending that's stored on there, you could save it after 7 days. You can go in there and save those trends if it's something that you want for future use, but the iView Plus automatically includes 2 months of storage. The other thing that some of the other things would be, like we mentioned, the protocol integration with the BACnet, Modbus, and LAN on the Plus, the customizable reports, and the tenant override billing would all be on the Plus. With the iView control system, you can control many different devices. In 2009, Carrier released our VVT and water source heat pump control systems. We have now added VAV zoning, air sources, chiller plants, and ancillary systems such as fan coils and univents to create a total system offering. All of our new controllers feature native BACnet communications and plug-and-play connectivity to the Carrier iView Open control system. The Carrier iView Open control system combines state-of-the-art Carrier equipment, plug-and-play controllers, and the powerful web-based iView user interface to form a cohesive, intuitive, and fully integrated BACnet building automation system. Little side note that many of our built-in products with the integrated control features of the CCN system are also included in the new open system, including linkage, demand control ventilation, and static pressure reset. An example of an iView Open Standard system, we'd have our iView server that you can get to on any computer, depending on if it's a public IP address or just on the intranet. You can get to that through the Internet Explorer browser or off your phone. Down there, from there, you'd have the iView router, which would, for example, go to like a A-series rooftop, which would be a CCN controller, but we'd use our UPC controller to integrate that into the iView Open system. On just a constant volume rooftop, we'd be using the RTU Open. And with that, we can use like our VVT system, and that's what's shown. And you'd be using linkage through the VVT system to the RTU Open. On the right side, we're showing a similar type system, only we're using a carrier chiller with the UPC, along with like an air handler. You know, if we had a 39M air handler, we'd be using a UCXP controller on there, and possibly do VAV with that, which would again be using linkage. And you know, any hardwired equipment such as exhaust fans, maybe a lighting system, or electric meter could also be on the network. And again, this is just the iView standard system. On an iView Plus system, very much the same, only we can also do with an iView link, instead of the router, with an iView link, we can integrate LAN, BACnet, or Modbus, third party on there. So if we had like a Modbus VFD, we can integrate that, and we could see exactly what the Modbus VFD is, or possibly control it depending on the third party points available on there. Additional training available. You can see our webinar schedule at www.tcmungo.com/training. Highly recommend next Monday. We have another training on, at noon, same time, on the 23XRV, which is our high-efficiency screw chiller. We also do design and engineer training, some of which include PDH hours available for some classes. We also have a hands-on technician lab in Melrose Park. Do a mobile showcase truck. I don't know if you guys seen that, but picture of that's on the right-hand side, where we put different products in there and take it out to a location, and Harry Alter store or anything like that. We're trying to show some products off, and upon request, we can obviously do special classes, lunch and learns, or something similar to that on a variety of topics. Thank you for attending. My information is listed there. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, or if you'd like any information, further information on this or any of the other controls products, be happy to send that to you. Also listed is the website where the webinar will be for future.